Pentax recently announced KF, their new entry-level DSLR camera. Many people were hyped about the fact that Pentax is launching a new product in the market after so many years. But is it really a new camera or the same old beloved Pentax K70? Let's find out. Pentax is one of the legendary names in still cameras. Back in the day, Pentax was always a third option along with Nikon and Canon. Pentax released the K70 back in 2016, where it was a pretty successful launch, and the K70 is still regarded as one of the best entry-level DSLR cameras. It was good for landscape work and outdoor shots and featured a very well-built weather-sealing body. But after 6 years, they're coming out with such a camera so similar to the K70 that you would not notice any difference if there was no branding in the body. PENTAX-KF features the old 24-megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor with 4.5 stop stabilization. It has a high-speed 14-bit image data readout and Prime M2 imaging engine to minimize noises at all sensitivity levels and capture the fine detailed image. The optical viewfinder is using the same optics and coating as the higher-end models, which are also a couple of years old. This viewfinder is capable of giving you 100% field of view and nearly 0.95 times magnification. It also has a double E-dial system identical to the upper models. Its original shooting feature, Hyper Program System, allows you to instantly switch the exposure mode from program to aperture priority or shutter priority without taking the eye off the viewfinder. KF's in-body shake reduction system is called Pixel Shift Resolution, which captures 4 images of the same scene by shifting the image sensor by a single pixel for each image and then syncing those 4 images into a complete image. It also uses a high-accuracy gyro sensor and has a motor correction sensor that can automatically detect moving objects during continuous shooting. KF's sensor is designed to tilt in all directions, so you can do a lot of handy shooting functions like the Astro Tracer. Its hybrid autofocus system also enables high-speed autofocus operation during live view shooting. However, video capability is still 1080p 60 or 30 fps and 720p 60 fps. Recording time is limited to 25 minutes or 4 GB size. Usually, the camera temperature rises up to the point that video recording will automatically stop. The camera body is still using the USB Type-B port, but the battery charger features a USB-C port. This means the charger is more future-proof than the camera itself. Battery life is the same as the K70, as KF is still using the same battery. Therefore, all-day-long shoots like some latest cameras are not possible here. Its body is the same dust-proof weather-resistant, which is good for rugged outdoor photography. The body has over 100 seals throughout the body for protection, and you can get a good grip even if you're using gloves. Now, these are all the exact same features which we can find in the 6-year-old K70. So, you may wonder, what's new here in the KF? Well, the LCD display is improved now. It now has 1.04 million dots, whereas the K70 had 921K. The monitor is outdoor friendly, brightness level can be instantly adjusted to the lighting level of the shooting location. This non-touch LCD screen also features a red lighter monitor display system function, which helps the photographer to take better shots in a dark location or during astronomical photography. On the software side, there are now 3 new custom image modes: bleach bypass, cross-processing, and Satobi. You can use Satobi with any lens, but for the other 2, you need the correct limited lenses. If you look at the specs, it's really confusing to understand why Pentax is bringing out a camera that's basically 6 years old. There's literally nothing new. All the components are changed in KF because of the unavailability of the parts. Internal components had to be changed because they could not manage the original components that were in the K70. These changes, however, make the body 4 grams lighter, but that's not really noticeable. There was a time when Pentax was a leading competitor in the camera industry, so where did Pentax go wrong? Well, it all comes down to Pentax's commitment to APS-C DSLR, which effectively hampered Pentax's eligibility to compete with Canon and Nikon. In 2016, they introduced K1, where they included IBIS, Pixel Shift Super Resolution Astro Tracer, and some new features. But they couldn't compete because the competitors were already into full-frame mirrorless cameras. Then in 2021, they introduced 4K video mode and touchscreen LCD in the K3 Mark III. Now, if you look closely, we can see Pentax is not capable of competing with the current competition. At this point, it's too late for them. The camera industry is shrinking constantly, and for Pentax to make big investments in the camera department now just to catch up really doesn't make sense. Pentax says that they're trying to tap the entry-level DSLR camera market with the KF, but there are many good products in the same budget range as the KF, like Nikon D7500, which has some of the modern features and better firmware support, or you can even get the K70 for a lower price, which already has all the features that the KF has. But if you still want it, you can check out the PENTAX-KF, which will be available for $850 in late November this year. So, this was all about the upcoming PENTAX-KF. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below.